Hey guys, damn it. Today I wanted to share a little bit about how I make my YouTube videos. I'm going to share what equipment I use, how I set up my camera, what I record audio with, editing, and some tips. I'm going to put some timestamps down in the description, so check those out if you're looking for something specific. I've been doing YouTube for almost 3 years now, but when I first started I had no idea what I was doing and really no idea where to start. Finding resources on how to set up your camera for recording artwork were a little bit hard to find, so I really hope that I can save you guys a little bit of time and hopefully make it seem a little less intimidating. I also want to make it clear that it absolutely is completely not necessary to have all the equipment and everything that I will be using in this video. You can make videos using just your phone and free editing software. What I have wasn't bought all at once, it was bought over the last couple of years. I started out using a little camera that I bought in like 2010 that barely focused, and it was fine. But whether you're a beginner or you've been doing it a while, I think it's always important to keep learning and to keep getting better at your skills. So my favorite place to learn new skills in any area is Skillshare, and I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes in design, photo, business, and more, so you can improve your skills or even explore new things. A premium membership gives you access to high quality classes from experts in their fields. So for example, if you want to learn how to talk to a camera or make videos, Josiah Brooks or Jaw Jazza, who's also a YouTuber, has Skillshare classes for that. I've talked a few times about how his videos have helped me, but they really are really in depth. The YouTube one covers things like thumbnails, titles, making money, and standing out. So if you want to make videos, or even if you've been doing it for a while, I really recommend using those classes to help you improve. There's also other classes on how to vlog, audio and video production, just lots of really detailed videos for all sides of making content. So if you're interested in trying out Skillshare, the annual subscription is less than $10 a month, but the first 500 people who click the link in the description will get 2 free months of premium access. So if you want to try it out yourself, maybe watch these classes, check out that link in the description. Okay, let's start with my equipment. This is my camera. It's a Canon Rebel T6 with an 18 to 55 millimeter lens. And even though I'm pretty sure that's not really made for video, I really like it. It came in a set with another lens that I rarely use and a carrying bag. I got it for like really cheap on Cyber Monday about 2 years ago. Along with the camera, I have this adapter. It lets me power my camera by plugging it into the wall. Keeping the camera's battery charged at all times can be a bit tough, and having to stop to charge the battery for a couple hours when you're really into what you're doing can be really frustrating. So this helps me just record whenever I need to without having to worry about the battery. I also use my phone to record. I have the Google Pixel 2. The camera is amazing on it, so I use it a lot for vlogging and like close-up shots since it's really easy to grab and just start recording with it. For recording sound, I use this Rode microphone, the audio box, and Ableton Live 9. If you watch my videos, you probably know that I'm not super great with sound yet. All of the sound stuff I use is actually Bose. He actually went to college for sound and he lets me use this stuff. For vlogging and other quick things, I use this Zoom because it doesn't need to be plugged into anything, and also the audio on my phone really sucks. Like really bad. I have one tripod and it's the same one I bought when I first started out on YouTube. It was really cheap and it's barely hanging on now. If you can afford to, I really recommend getting a nicer tripod than what I have. But like I said in the beginning, I'm big on just using whatever you have. If you're recording your face or something else vertical, like if you're painting on an easel, you can just use a stack of books or something if you need to. I just edit with iMovie. It's what I had on my laptop when I first started out, and I haven't really found a reason to switch yet, but there are lots of different editing software programs out there, so it's really all about just finding what works for you. This is my setup for recording my face. I normally like to set up the background so it looks nice. I can promise you this shelf doesn't look like this ever. For recording my artwork, I usually set up the camera a little off to the side of my desk. I don't do a lot of straight down recording because my hand or my head always seems to be in the way. So I think that this gives a much better view of what I'm doing. When recording longer videos, I think it's really great to get a couple different angles. This can help the viewer stay interested in what you're doing, and a lot of times gives a much better view of what's going on. You can even edit the changes to go along with the music. Cropping and zooming in and out is also really great for this. So really feel free to get creative. It can be really fun, and I think it adds a lot to the video. Personally, I record myself picking out brushes or wetting my palette a lot. So you can just record these like few second long clips of just things that you like to look at when you're painting, basically. Or like the little satisfying sound that your brush makes when you're cleaning it out, or like the scratch of a pencil while you're sketching. These little things can really add a lot to the video because they're showing more of the process besides just a plain like sped up like video of somebody making art. For editing, my process is pretty simple. After importing all of my videos into iMovie, I go through and line them all up in order and just do a really quick rough cut of cutting out anything where nothing's happening or my hand's in the way while I'm like mixing colors or cleaning my brush or something. Next, I will adjust the speed. YouTube likes videos that are over 10 minutes long, but it doesn't always make sense for a video to be that long, so keep an eye on that. For the most part, I would say that my videos are about 5 minutes long for every hour of painting. But really, you should just find out what works best for you. I also see a lot of art videos that are sped up like crazy so that they're really, really short. So I want to say, please don't feel pressured into making your video as short as possible. Make it a good length where it is nice to watch, where you can see what's happening and still isn't boring. After the rough edit and the speed adjustments, I usually go through and watch the video, and then I will cut out any little tiny things that I might have missed. Here I also add in the music, and if I'm feeling extra fancy, I will edit the video to go along with the music a little bit by cropping or zooming or just editing so that the camera angle changes line up with the music like perfectly, or you can speed up the video during faster parts of music or slow it down during slower parts. Also remember to leave a little bit of time for your end screen. Those can be up to 20 seconds long. You can either have your end screen overlay like your artwork at the very end, or you can leave a little like separate like page for it. I do both. Sometimes I just have a plain pink screen that I put the end screen on, and sometimes it's my artwork, sometimes I do both. So it's really whatever you think goes with the video. After I'm happy with how everything looks, I will export it in high quality and drop it over into YouTube. Uploading can take a while. This depends a lot on your internet speed and the size of the file. Then you can do the title and the description. Title's really up to you, but I would say whatever you decide to do, make sure that it is pretty consistent between your videos. For our videos, the supplies you use usually go in the description. I haven't noticed the tags being super important, so I normally just throw in a couple relevant things to the video I'm uploading and call it good. After posting, you'll probably want people to watch the video. I'd say that this is probably the toughest part. I started out by showing all my friends, my family videos, and then also just posting my videos anywhere I could think of. Now, since I've been doing it a while, I kind of have a few places that I know work for me. So a couple of the places that you can post are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. There's those Amino communities. There's also a website called Trending. But anyways, there's lots of places that you can share your videos. Lastly, I have a few tips and some questions from Instagram. First one is to make a plan. Figure out how often you want to upload and then try to stick to it. If you have a plan, you can figure out how to make that upload schedule work for you. You can really divide the workload into smaller sections of work. I usually spend one day sketching, another day recording, unless it's big painting, which I will do over the course of like a week, and then I will spend a day or two editing that video. Recently I started using a planner, but I've been using a notebook or a blank sketchbook since the beginning of starting YouTube to keep track of all the things I need to do. A lot of this is because YouTube isn't the only thing I do. I also have my Instagram, my shop. I just started Patreon again. Then there's like doing any sponsored content, emails, there's a lot to do if art is your full-time job, but there's a lot to do on just YouTube alone. So if you can, get a notebook or an empty sketchbook or a planner to help you keep track of everything. Also, let me know if you want me to do a full video on planning, because I do a lot of planning. So while it's important to keep yourself accountable and to go along with your plan, it also is really important to take a break if you need it. YouTube can be a lot. So if you need a break, just take the break. Along with that, try not to let the negativity get to you too much. Critiques from people can be really helpful, but some people are just trying to be mean. If you need to, you can block or report those people, or just delete the comment. That's fine too. Whatever you need to do to make your YouTube community feel like a place where you can hang out in. Another tip is, if you feel comfortable, show yourself. Personally, I really like to see the artist behind the art. I feel like it makes me like the art even more. If you don't feel comfortable showing yourself, you can show yourself in different ways by like talking on your videos or just letting people get to know you a little bit. And then my last tip is make time for you to do art for yourself. You don't have to record or post everything you make. When you get into YouTube, especially in the beginning, it can be kind of tough to not want to record everything you do, because what if it turns out to be really awesome and then you didn't record it? But it's fine. Now I have my questions from Instagram. I post things on Instagram asking for questions and what you guys want to see in videos a lot. So if you're not already following me and you use Instagram, you can go check me out over there. First question is, how do you engage with your audience? I would say the best way to engage with them is to get to know them. So you can ask them questions, follow them on social media, like, comment, like engage with their work too, and then reply to messages and comments when you can. Next question is, what do you do when you don't know what to post? Personally, when this happens, I go back to posting self-improvement things. I do this a lot anyways. I post a lot of studies or just regular sketchbook stuff that I do that doesn't need to turn into anything amazing on its own, but is stuff that's good for me so I can learn. You can also like try something new. Do you need a large Instagram following before starting YouTube videos to get views? No. When I started my YouTube channel, I had less than 100 followers on Instagram, maybe even less than 50 followers on Instagram. And it was probably 5 or more months on YouTube before my videos started getting more than 50 views. So the slope on YouTube can be really slow, but if you like it, just keep at it. It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, it might, but it's very unlikely. Is there ways to promote YouTube videos on YouTube, not on another social media? I think you get the community tab somewhere around 20,000 subscribers, maybe 25, I don't remember. So when you get the community post, you can promote on there, and that goes to people who are already subscribed to you. And then I guess you could buy YouTube ads if you wanted to, but besides that, no, I don't think that there is a way to promote solely on YouTube. The next question is, can you change your name once you verify your account? You can change your display name whenever you want, but the account name will still stay the same. And the last question is, how do you jump into vlogging and making videos? You just gotta do it if you want to. If it's something you want to do, you really just gotta force yourself to like jump in and do it. I still find it a little tough to put myself out there, but you just gotta keep doing it until it feels a little less awkward. And if it helps, you don't have to post your first videos if you don't want to. Also, you can always private or delete videos later on that you no longer like. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for your questions over on Instagram. I really hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, or if you want me to do a more detailed video on any one of the sections I talked about today, please let me know in the comments and I will do my best. If you want to try out Skillshare, make sure to check out the link in the description for your 2 free months of premium access. I will see you soon for the next video. Bye. I've talked a few